Did you know that Carroll County played a starring role in one of the biggest spy cases in U.S. history? It was at a time when Congress was intensely investigating the communist influence in education, politics, and culture. It was big news back then, and the Red Scare dominated the national conversation from the late 1940s through the 50s. In 1948, there were two key players in this drama. Whittaker Chambers, a former writer-editor at Time magazine, testified to the House Un-American Activities Committee. He revealed that Alger Hiss and he were secret communist agents in the mid to late 1930s, spying for the Soviet Union. Chambers repeated the accusation on Meet the Press when it aired on radio, and Hiss sued him for libel. The event commanded headlines because Hiss was then president of the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace and a former high-level State Department official. He had long served his country honorably, including helping to found the United Nations. Still, Chambers claimed Hiss was a spy and presented proof. He gave investigators 4 memos relating to State Department business in Hiss's own handwriting and 65 typewritten pages that were summaries of State Department documents. Chambers said Hiss had passed these to him in early 1938 for delivery to a Soviet agent. However, Chambers held back some additional evidence, and Hiss's attorney challenged him to provide it. Though Chambers owned a house in Baltimore, he also operated a dairy farm about 5 miles north of Westminster, called Pipe Creek Farm. On December 2, 1948, he famously went to a pumpkin patch near his farmhouse and removed 4 35mm film canisters hidden in a hollowed-out pumpkin. He'd put them there the previous day. Inside were images of secret State and Navy Department documents that he said Hiss had given him. Chambers delivered the film to congressional investigators, who included a young Richard Nixon. His role in the investigation boosted his political career. The press called them the Pumpkin Papers. The FBI began assembling a case against Hiss, tracing all the allegations against him. Congress turned the film over to a grand jury in New York that was convened to investigate the Hiss libel case. Hiss denied the espionage charges and that he had anything to do with the documents, though they were traceable to his time in the State Department. The court convicted him on 2 counts of perjury on January 20th, 1950, and sentenced him to 5 years in prison. The statute of limitations on espionage had run out. Hiss continued to claim his innocence for the rest of his life. After the trial, Chambers returned to his Westminster farm to write his autobiography, The Best-Selling Witness. In it, he examined the clash of ideologies that marked America's Cold War with Russia and warned of the dangers of communism. His Carroll County connection continued when he enrolled for studies in languages and sciences at Western Maryland College, now McDaniel, in 1959. Chambers died in 1961 at his Westminster farm. The site is now in private hands and was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1988 because of its unique role in U.S. history. For the Historical Society of Carroll County, I'm Frank Batavick.